I mean, I don't know if it's just me or if any other mums or parents are out there thinking about this, but something that I always find myself asking and praying to God about and asking other parents in the faith is, what do you do to get your child engaged with God and get them to understand who God is? Because I am someone who is very much wanting my child to not live off my secondhand faith. I want them to have their own faith that is strong in the Lord and fortified, and having their own relationship with God and communication with the Holy Spirit and conviction in the things of God. So, I mean, right now, my 1.5-year-old, he watches basically the Christian version of Miss Rachel. We do praise and worship. I read him and buy him storybooks that are based on stories from the Bible. And I try and talk to him about who God is and everything. And I know, like, even though he's 1.5, I know kids, they understand everything that's going on. So I'm hoping it's getting in, and that maybe as he gets older, I can explain more. But it's something that I do really pray about, because I want him to grow up to be completely independent of me and solely dependent on God and his word. And the Holy Spirit just really gave me such a reassurance today and on Sunday, because as it says in the Bible, Jesus said, I do nothing of myself, but I do what I see the Father doing. And that is exactly what I saw on Sunday. And God just reminded me of it right now. That's why I wanted to share. And God just really said to me, he is going to do whatever he sees the both of you doing, because you are his role model, especially in this early age. And on Sunday, it was so sweet, because both me and my husband, we helped to set up church for service. So I'm setting out the coffee area and the chairs, and my husband does the sound. And as my husband was like doing the sound and plugging plugging the lights in for the media, my son like immediately ran over and started trying to help him like plug in the lights and everything. And it was so sweet. He didn't get it right because obviously he's so small, but you could see his heart's intention to like help and serve in the house and do what my husband was doing. And then I was setting out the chairs for service and spacing them and taking time with that. And then my son ran over to me and started pushing the chairs around and trying to help me with that. So you can see like his heart to serve and just to do and get involved in whatever we're doing. So God was saying to me, as long as your walk is right and you take time to read, you take time to pray and worship and speak to me, he will see that and he will start to engage in that. And so it also made me think, oh, I could pray in my head all day, but I'm thinking now, I need to be praying out loud and talking to God out loud so that he can hear. Because I do have times when I pray out loud in the morning, but throughout the day, it's always in my head as like I wash the dishes or the laundry or whatever. But making a point to do it out loud so that my son can hear me and catch on to that and be like, oh, I can talk to God at any time. God's always around. But yeah, that was just my food for thought today, and how God just really spoke to me about how our kids are just looking at us and doing whatever they see us do. So it's important for us not to be hypocrites. But if you have anything else that I could add to what I'm doing with my son, please comment down below and let me know.